that. But the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, I've only got time to read verse number 1. We're going to not use a floodlight today. We're going to use a spotlight on a portion of one verse. A portion of one verse. Hebrews chapter 12, verse number 1. Wherefore, seeing we have compassed about with such a great cloud of witnesses, let us, somebody shout, let us. Let us lay aside every weight and sin which so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. I want to put the spotlight on the middle portion of that. Let us lay aside every weight. Let us lay aside every weight. Before I begin my message, I want to start by praying, and not praying personally, but praying corporately. All of this month, we've been praying this prayer, and I want you to embrace this Serenity Prayer with me. It says this: Lord, I want to bring it up and let y'all see it. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Today, for a few moments, for about 20 minutes, I want to talk from this subject: the courage to change what you're carrying. The courage to change what you are carrying. I'm talking to some people right now that knows what it's like to carry a heavy load. One of the things about life is life allows you to choose a mode in which you desire to travel. One of the things I've discovered is that the how you travel dictates what you take. How you travel directly affects what you're taking. I'll say it again because I used to be slow too. How you travel directly affects what you're taking. There's a whole lot of ways to get a whole lot of places. You can go by car. You can go by bus. You can go by train. And you can go by plane. We all know that planes get you further faster. But Wesley, when I travel by car, I really don't care how I pack. I carry a whole lot of stuff because I'm traveling by car. Nobody's judging, nobody's analyzing what's in my luggage because I'm in my own car. When I'm traveling by bus, or when I'm traveling by train, they really don't dictate how many bags I pack. Because traveling by car and by plane and by bus or by train, what you're carrying doesn't matter because the wheels are still on the ground. But because this is our year of elevation, many of us have a desire to get further faster. And if you desire to get somewhere further faster, you got to travel by plane. But when you travel by plane, Wesley, now you put yourself in a position for your luggage to be scrutinized. You put yourself in a position for your bags to be checked. You put yourself in a position that, listen, if you want to travel by plane, you can't take the same stuff. Because how you travel dictates what you take. And I'm here to talk to somebody today who has a desire for God to elevate you. And you're saying, God, I'm tired of being where I am. I'm tired of being in this same situation. I'm tired of seeing the same stuff I'm always seeing. God, I need you to help me to make up some time in this thing called life, because, God, I'm getting a little older now. I don't have the same time that I used to have. I got some gray hairs now. I've got some different things going on now. And, God, I still know you're able to get me there. And God says, I'm able to get you there. But how I'm going to get you there is not going to be by car, not going to be by train, it's not going to be by bus, but I'm putting you on a first-class flight. I thought you would shut me down right there. I'm putting you on the first-class flight to your destiny. But the question is, do you have the courage to change what you're carrying? There's these three questions that you've got to ask yourself if you're going to have this courage. And I promise you, I'm almost done. The first thing, Nancy, you've got to ask yourself if you're going to have the courage to change what you're carrying. You've got to ask yourself this question. Is what I'm carrying too heavy for me? I said, is what I'm carrying too heavy for me? Because the first thing they do at the airport is weigh your bag. And I don't know about you, but I've had times in my life that I've been at the airport and I put my suitcase on the scale and I find out that my suitcase weighs more than 50 pounds. And now, Donna, I've got to make a decision. Am I willing to pay more? Y'all ain't helping me. Or am I willing to unload my bag? But the problem is, friends, because I'm already at the airport, now I'm forced to unload my bag publicly. I've got to open up my bag and allow people to see stuff. God ain't helping me. That I don't want them to see your negligee, your underwear, your stuff that you've made private because you overpacked. You got to open up your suitcase and in public around people that don't know you. And now you're being exposed. So my assignment today is to allow you in your own mind to open up your suitcase of your own life. Begin the process of unpacking that which you know is too heavy. Because I discovered in life that many of us are carrying stuff that God never intended for us to carry. I know you don't want to say amen, but there's somebody in this room, you're tired of faking like what you're carrying is light. You're tired of trying to make everybody feel like you ain't carrying nothing. I need to talk to somebody that says, Pastor, what I'm carrying is too heavy for me. I discovered that, listen, folk don't mind watching you strain and struggle. Folk will sit back and watch you struggle, watch you stress, and watch you strain, and won't even dare to help lift a finger to help you out. But the devil is a liar. In 2022, I made up in my mind that I'm getting ready to unload some stuff because the stuff I'm carrying it's too heavy for me, and I'm tired of acting like I got the strength to carry. I know I'm a man with muscles, but it's too heavy. I know I'm the prayer warrior in my family, but it's too heavy. I know I'm the one that's supposed to be closer to God, but it's too heavy. I know I'm the one making all the money, but it's too heavy. I know I'm the one that's supposed to be the head of my house, but I'm here to confess it's too heavy It's too heavy. It's too heavy for me. And you're crying, your back is hurting because it's too heavy. There's sometimes you got to say, listen, I love you enough to still care for you. But Courtney, I love myself too much to keep carrying you. Y'all missed it. I love you, so I still care for you. But Tanja, I love myself too much to keep carrying you. And Deacon Wiggins, the worst type of weight to carry is dead weight. Have you ever had to carry live dead weight? Live enough to watch the TV, but too dead enough to get a job. Y'all ain't talking to me. Live enough to get something out of the refrigerator, but too dead to put something in it. There's nothing more heavy than carrying dead weight. Live enough to run up the bill, but too dead enough to help me pay for it. And I made it with my mom in this 2 seasons. The stuff I got to carry is heavy enough. The bills I got to, y'all ain't helping me. I got to carry is heavy enough. I can't carry mine and yours. Y'all ain't talking to me. I can't take care of my house and your house. I can't take care of me and you. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is what I'm carrying too heavy for me? Somebody shout, this is heavy. This is heavy. This is heavy. This is heavy. I know I make it look good, but it's heavy. I know I put a smile on my face, but this is heavy. I know I lift my hands in praise, but the truth be told, this is too heavy. So you got to ask yourself, is what I'm carrying too heavy for me? But not only do I have to ask myself, is what I'm carrying too heavy? I've got to ask myself, is what I'm carrying hindering me? How far would I be if I wasn't carrying him? How far would I be if I wasn't carrying them? How much money would I have in the bank if I wasn't carrying them? That there's somebody in the room, nobody saw it but me. You walked in with a ball and chain. You about to put somebody on your prayer list that didn't have the sense enough to pray for themselves. And you about to miss out on stuff you want from God, trying to add them, y'all ain't talking to me, on their list. I'm about to miss out on what I need God to do to me because I'm worried about what I need God to do to you. And so now you're hindering. Is what you're carrying hindering you? Now, before you look at him or her, this ain't just about him or her. Some of us, your problem ain't him or her. The problem that's hindering you is habits. I could be healthier, but I got some habits that keeps hindering. Y'all ain't liking me. Y'all turn me off now. I could be financially stabler, but I've got some spending habits that keeps hindering me. I could have a good spouse, a good significant others, but I've got some habits that keep hindering me. I've got some stuff in my life that keeps controlling me. I'm like Paul, I want to do good, but I've got some habits. Somebody shout, I got habits. I got habits that keeps calling my name. I want to be faithful, but I got a cheating habit. And y'all ain't helping me. Y'all ain't helping me. I want to be holy, but I got a lustful habit. Y'all ain't helping me. I've got some habits that's hindering. See, you can shout when I'm talking about him. You can shout when I'm talking about her, but we get quiet when we're talking about our habits. But I wish some of us would tell the truth before we ask God for anything today, to say, God, I got some habits. I'm here because I know I got some habits. Father, I stretch my hands to thee because I got some habits. Before I ask you for a car, before I ask you for a job, Lord, I need you to handle my habits because I should be a better father. I should be a better husband. I should still be in that house, but I got some habits that I can't shake. And I've got some sin that I can't let go. And I've got to ask myself is, how many of my habits have hindered me? Do I gotta buy everything I see? Do I gotta sleep with everybody I see? Y'all ain't helping me. Do I have to drink every day? Y'all ain't talking to me. Do I have to smoke the whole pack I got some habits. I've got some habits that's hindering me. Do I got to cuss them from A to Z every time? I got some habits that I'm holy, but I got habits. Y'all ain't helping me. I'm on the praise team, but I got habits. I'm a usher, but I got habits. Do I have anybody in the room that can shout, I got habits? Forgive me. I need you to be patient with me because God ain't through with me yet. I got some habits that's hindering me. I came to this anointing service to ask God to help me handle my habits. That's some stuff I know I shouldn't be doing, but the habit keeps getting a hold of me. If you don't have any habits, you'll lie about other things also. We all got some habits that's hindering us. So if we're going to have the courage to change what we're carrying, we got to look at how heavy it is, and we got to look at how it's hindering me. So I got to lay aside every weight and sin that keeps me from running this race that God has for me. But then finally, I know it's too heavy. I know it's hindering me. But here's the last thing, and we're about to pray. I've got to ask myself is, what I'm carrying, can it help me? Is what I'm carrying, is who I'm carrying helping me? Because one thing you analyze when you're at the airport is you ask yourself, what am I carrying that I don't need when I get there? Because when I choose this mode of travel, then everything in my bag is now a necessity. And the worst thing somebody can do for you, or the best thing somebody could do for you, is to leave you. And you still surviving. Because you're leaving me and I'm still surviving lets me know that you weren't helping me as much. Is there anybody in the room that said, thank you for leaving me? Thank you for letting me go. Because I realized that you weren't helping me like I thought you was helping me. I know he's fine, but is he helping you? I know her body parts are good, but is she helping you? I need to know if I'm going to carry you. I need to know that you're going to help me. I've got to ask myself, is what I'm carrying helping me? It is not from where I am, but from where I'm going. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm trying to end the message. Is what I'm carrying helping me not from where I am, but from where I'm going? Okay, you don't get it. In Genesis chapter 22, God told Abraham, take your son, your only son Isaac, go up to the mountain and to sacrifice him there. Verse 5 says, and he took some young men with him. And when he got to the foot of the mountain, he said, stay here with the animals. Stay here with the donkey. Y'all ain't helping me. Isaac and I are going up on the mountain to worship. And Isaac and I are about to come back down. What this text is telling to teach us is you got certain people that can only go with you so far. In 2020, you got to ask yourself, who needs to stay at the foot of the mountain? Y'all ain't helping me. They can help me get to the mountain, but they can't help me climb the mountain. It's time for you to stay here. You may not like it, but you got to stay here. We may be friends for 20 years, but you've got to stay here. I have reached the point of my life that you can no longer help me get to where I'm going. I still love you, but you got to stay here. We can still talk, but you got to stay here. We can still hang out, but you got to stay here because this assignment is for me, Isaac, and God. And I wonder, is there anybody in the building that can say this next level of my life is for me and God? I'm sorry, but I got to cut this cord. This level is for me and God. But here it is, and I'm done. He says, I need you to stay here at the foot of the mountain. But oh, when I come back down, I'm done with the sermon. But oh, when I come back down, you see, I'm struggling now, but when I come back down, I don't know what God is going to do on top of the mountain, but when I come back down, I'm going to be talking different because when he came back down, he said, God is the God that can provide. Is there anybody in the room that can shout out when I come back down? When I come back down, things are going to get better. When I come off this elevation mountain, things are about to get better. Somebody shout, when I come back down. When I come back down, when I come back down. Don't look at me now, but when I come back down. Stay with me all over the building, but I came to tell somebody when I come back down. We get ready to go into the mountain of prayer. But when I come back down, we get ready to ask God for something, but when I come back down, we get ready to seek his face, but when I come back down, I'm getting ready to ask God to do something special when I come back down. Somebody shout when I come. Things are about to be different. Things are about to get better. It's going to be overflow when I come back down. It's going to be healing when I come back down. It's going to be breakthrough when somebody shout when I come back. When I come back down, God, I don't know what you're going to do on the mountain, but when I come back down, I don't know how you're going to make a way, but when I come back down, I don't know how you're going to do it, but when I'm starting to feel something when I come back down. When I come back down, 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 things are going to be different when I come. It's about to get better when I come back down. I didn't come here to stay the same. I came here to be different when it comes. When I come back down. When I come back down. Wesley, I don't think he took some of the boys with him because, see, if he would have took the wrong people with him, when they saw that there was no sacrifice, perhaps people without faith would have stopped him from doing what God called him to do. But sometimes when you go up, Charlotte, you don't have an explanation as to the how. Sometimes, Mandy, when you go up, you can't explain what God's going to do. I wish I had somebody. When you're going up, I can't give you an explanation of how he's going to do it, or when he's going to do it, or where he's going to do it. But oh, when I come back down, somebody shout, when I come back down. Somebody shout, when I come back. Somebody shout, when Somebody shout, when I come back. Somebody shout, when we come back down.